Hello folks, Rob aka Maximum RD back once again with another video response because I really liked the feedback and comments on the one I just did for the real Agrabah, and I'm quite enjoying them. So, having come across Super Dan 88's video with the topic, let's discuss why we collect retro games. First of all, awesome question, and I couldn't resist jumping in and voicing my opinion on this one. Just before I begin, I want to apologize if there's a lot of background noise. My air conditioner is running at full blast because it's 35 degrees outside. That's like 95 Fahrenheit. So I'm just relaxing inside and making this video for you all. And the other thing is, I just finished uploading this video on this very same topic, but playing it back I saw that it was so horrendously out of sync. It was done on my desktop with my Microsoft webcam. This one is being done on my webcam on my laptop, a much less powerful machine, but apparently much better at recording webcam videos. Go figure. Anyways, to the topic at hand, why do we collect retro games? It's funny, you know, my wife had mentioned a while back, she made a comment, and first I thought, no, that's not it. She made the comment, well, you collect these games and systems to recapture your youth. And I thought, no, that's not it. I just love video games. But you know, as is often the case, especially with my wife, when I reflect upon what she has said and really give it some thought, I realize that she's 100% right. That is a big part of it, actually, because there's another quote, and I hope I'm not misquoting here. There's a fellow named Levi Buchanan, I believe is his name. Anyway, Levi for sure is his first name, and he used to do the IGN podcast called well, I pronounce it Retrocity, but it might you'd think automatically of Retro City, but apparently it was called Retrocity, which was a really nice short podcast. It was a pleasure to listen to. He had a lot of great topics. He would play old video game music, etc. And unfortunately the podcast is no longer running, but in that time he once made a comment, and again, I hope I'm not misquoting this, but it was something along the lines of, when he plays these old games or systems, that he is in fact recapturing his youth one pixel at a time. And I just like that comment. I think it's really cool, and it's true in many ways. For me, I realized that, you know, why do I collect all these things? Because I certainly don't have time to play them. As you know, and most of my subscribers know, I barely have time to create videos like this and post them up. And my number one priority when I do have free time is, in fact, to make videos for my subscribers. So outside of playing a game to make a video for, I don't play games very often. But I collect them, and I collect them, and I collect the retro games and the retro systems. And then, as I said, I thought about it a lot and did a lot of self-examination, and as I said, realized my wife was right, that it is about recapturing my youth. Because back in the day, when, you know, financially I didn't do well. I always had a roof over my head. I'm thankful for that, and I always was fed, but in many ways, you know, I wasn't exactly, you know, I wasn't that kid down the block who had all the latest systems and games. If I had a system, I mean, through the whole period, you know, I had Atari, then I had Coleco, then I had Nintendo, and you know, I'd be never at the same time, of course, you know, all at different periods of time. I would have one system, and then be thankful to have one or two games, and, you know, play them to death, play them to completion, love them, enjoy them. And although I would certainly not say I had a sad childhood, like many of you may relate to, there was a lot of low points, let's just say, and playing video games was an escape. Just like watching movies or television or whatever, playing games was an escape. And to become somebody you're not, to go on a magical quest, and or become some superhero or some pro athlete, whatever, it was an escape into fantasy. It was great enjoyment for me, and although I may not have been particularly good at video games, I've always enjoyed them. And yeah, from the moment I saw probably a pet computer in my school, up to a VIC-20, and later, of course, the Commodore 64, and then the retro consoles, I've always been into the gaming, retro gaming. Tried to dabble a little bit, but I was never much a coder or a programmer, things like that. I mean, nowadays I build my own PCs, and I'm quite good at optimizing and securing the OS and all that stuff like that. But I enjoyed just playing whatever system, whatever home computer it was, whatever console it was. I just liked playing the games. And to me, there was a lot of high points. Like I had a friend over once, and the first time I played Metroid, I just couldn't stop playing it. Metroid on the original Nintendo system, I played it through from beginning to end, literally. That was also my record, 18 hours straight of playing. My friend fell asleep. I kind of shook him awake when I completed it. I was so excited, and I was like, "Yeah, I finished Metroid." He's like, "Oh, wow, that's great, Rob," and he just fell back to sleep again. And but to me, I was like, "This is awesome! It was so incredible." And another was Zelda: A Link to the Past. Not everyone is aware, but a kid had won a contest to have his name somewhere in the game, and sure enough, through certain actions you took, certain timing, I don't know the specifics of how you did it, but one of the times when you jumped into the top of the pyramid, expecting to face the was it Ganon or whoever was the antagonist, instead you found yourself like in an empty room. And there's a plaque on the wall. You go read the plaque on the wall, and it's this kid's name. It's this kid who won the contest. And I found out later on, like through Nintendo Power or something like that, that it was this kid who won a contest. And I was so excited about that. Of course, I had no way to prove it. I had no way of recording it back then. But to me, that was just like a magical time. I found something that I didn't think existed in a game, and I just thought it was amazing. So it's things like that, when I play Link to the Past now, I think of that time, or I play Metroid, I think of how great it was completing it with one straight playthrough. And of course, and survival horror, which is my favorite genre of gaming these days. On the original PlayStation, Resident Evil, when the skinless dog first jumps through the lobby window, I hit the ceiling. I couldn't believe that a game could actually scare me. I mean, even as a kid, the scariest horror movies didn't even faze me, but that game did. It made me jump, and I've been hooked on survival horror ever since. So I think my point being, bottom line, as I approach 10 minutes here, this webcam cuts you off right away, it is to recapture the fun, to recapture some of the best times in my youth. And although I may not have time to play them all now as I collect them, I believe that one day I'll be sitting in an old age home, retired, playing PlayStation 8 or whatever, and you'll have to pry that controller out of my cold dead hands before I put it down. That's it, I guess. Just wanted to say my 2 cents worth. I'll probably get cut off any moment here. Hope you like this response. Rate, comment, and subscribe if you do. And that's it. Thanks, SuperDan88, for an awesome topic. I'm going to be cut off any moment. Bye. See you later.